Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center, and welcome to the world of magic and miracles. It's great to be here, great to be with you as I once again connect from somewhere behind this physical form that you look at, and I receive from you in the same way. I realized maybe a week ago or so that it was this month, maybe this week, maybe next week, 5 years ago that we started broadcasting, 2018 in July. If you add up all the weeks of the years, we've done at least 250 broadcasts. And from that beginning moment where it was suggested that it was our turn, we now come before you completely different. And each time it was always completely different. It was a suggestion that we sit in this chair, but there was no hesitation in the answer, because the desire to be a part of giving humanity, or just simply one person, a leg up over the fence is our destiny. And so there's no question whether you would do something towards that end. And so here we are now, where I'm now doing 2 broadcasts a week. And of course, Robert has probably done thousands of these, 1 a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. It's amazing. And there was never a timeline, never a destination. And that's still true. There's not something I'm headed for. There's not a result that's driving me so that it could continue for 5 more years, or it could stop after today. And now we have our friend Adrian, who's joined to start his journey, which could turn out to be 5 years in the blink of an eye. So it's always an honor to sit here. And what I've noticed and what I felt, even though I transmit so much through words, the new language is coming. And it's the language of transparency, where everything is seen and felt and heard without words, so that what I'm transmitting, even though the words act as a vehicle, if you could imagine that there are no words, you feel and hear something that's perfect for you. Because it takes a part of me to speak words that are far behind what's being transmitted through me. And many of our words here have been overused, misunderstood, misinterpreted. But the feeling of a communication, of a transmission between just two people is never misunderstood. And a lot of times the words connect as a hiding place. But no one is ever fooled. Maybe questioned, but never fooled. So there's a new transparency in the words that we've used are being replaced by something else. Something more clear and more grand. Simplicity. And as I got out of my car today to walk in the store, I saw a man who was struggling to get out of his car. And I just turned to him. He didn't see me. And I just allowed the flow to go into him, not healing him, but allowing the blockages that stop the flow to move, and allowing him to heal himself if that's his desire. So it's all about opening all the channels so the flow can come in, go out, go up, go down, unimpeded into our body, into our field, so that the man who was bent over halfway could out of nowhere stand up tall, if that was his desire. This flow is the carrier of the transparent communication, weaving in and out, all around, spinning into your field so that you experience what you need, so that you get what you need. There's a lot that's changing, and there's a reconciliation that's happening for everyone on the planet as things from 30 years ago, disagreements are melting away. Misunderstandings from 15 years ago, misjudgments from 10 years ago, all melting away as the energy has nothing to hold on to. And as each one has let the other go to find their own time to come to a reconciliation, they have come to it. And it's happening everywhere. So that there's a lightness and a freedom, because that energy held everyone down. And now the sandbags are being released, and the blast off is being counted down, and there's celebration everywhere as someone comes to you who had a difficulty with you and expresses either through words or no words that it's gone, and everything lifts, everything raises, and it's a beautiful moment because it's peace. It's reconciling something that really never existed, but took on a form that had to run its course. So that feeling is everywhere, and those things will be happening to each one of us, even as we're not looking. It's another production of the freedom that belongs to everyone, that has always belonged to everyone. So I continue to flatten the land. And what I saw that I'm flattening now is competition, which leads to comparison, which leads to jealousy, which leads to the feeling of, what about me? And as that is flattened, you will be secure in you and won't wonder, what about me? For you are amazing, and source itself. For you are an aspect of the all. And you've never not known that. But I remember when I first ventured into the spiritual world consciously, and there was a whole hierarchy of rules and regulations of awakened or more spiritual or less spiritual. And it produced a competition, which has always been here to help control humanity, to show them a few crumbs of love, of success, of happiness, and let the masses fight over it. But I remember people would say, "Oh, there's a being standing right behind you. Can't you see it? Can't you feel it?" And I would say, "No, I don't." And then it would be, "Well, you're not quite awake yet." And it produced a feeling of doubt or a feeling of I'm not good enough, which didn't hold on. But then it was a competition of who would that be said about? And when you hear it said about one, you wondered why it wasn't said about you. And so you tried to meet a human standard by humans who were attempting to run the business of spirituality. We are source. What more could there be? How much more can you be awake? Your gift is not my gift. My gift is not your gift. My mom always tells me about this story with her brother, where he said some guy came up to him and said, "Don't you know that song?" And my uncle said, "No." And he's like, "I can't believe you don't know that song." And my mom tells me my uncle said, "Do you know?" And it was some random name. And the guy said, "No, I don't know that person." And he said, "Well, there you go. You know things that I don't know, and I know things that you don't know. But I'm not feeling that I'm lacking anything until you try to convince me that I'm lacking something." And that's competition. And that is being flattened. And along with it, your concern that you're not enough or that you're lacking something. And that feeling of celebrating another without diminishing yourself is the greatest feeling you can have, because jealousy will end, competition will end, and judgment, the best friend of those things, will end. I remember they used to say, we're all part of the body of Christ. And people would say, well, I don't want to be the foot. I want to be the face, or I want to be, a part that people applaud or look to. And it was always funny because without the foot, you can't walk. But everybody had what they thought was an image of what that meant. And it didn't mean one part was better than another. It meant they were all perfect, unique, providing what they came to provide. So that if someone's Archangel Michael and someone else is some other being from another lifetime, it doesn't matter. we're all part of the body or the source or it all. And if it's my turn to be the foot, I'm happy to be the foot. And yet we've all been in the lead and taken the lead as ourselves. And that puts us out in front. And whatever we came to do and whatever we were destined to do is no more or no less than anyone else. So handle all that with laughter and mischief and smiles and see the flattening of everything. Let there be jokes and fun and smiles. I came out of the store over the weekend because I'm always coming out of the store. And it was a fabulous feeling as I walked out. I saw these two women talking. And what it felt like was that they were aware of everything. And it was like we were in the future. And they were like, yeah, isn't it cool to be here this time while everything is happening? And it's all so clear. There was nothing like, what about me? But it was like they were in the future. And I think they were because I saw it. And it was like they said, all right, have a great day. I'm off on my mission. But it was like a futuristic novel where they saw the whole game, everything that's been happening. And everyone was in the same place as they were. And nothing was difficult. Everything was, yeah, I chose to come here. We're going to fix that. And that's going to change, or we're going to move some stuff around. And yeah, it's great. Great to be here. It was a beautiful feeling. And it makes everything be in perspective. It's like I could feel the whole world in that place where they're just here and they realize why they're here. And they drop all the things that make them forget why they're here. And it made me think of a song that I had sung here before as they walked away smiling. And it was like, let's go fly a kite up to the highest heights. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up to the highest heights. Up where the sky is bright. Oh, let's go fly a kite. as they skipped along. And I was in that world. And that's the place that I want for everyone to feel. This great freedom. So be excited, be happy, smile, enjoy your life. I interchanged those words before. Let's go enjoy your life. Never worried about anything. Never feeling the weight of any problem. Walking by everybody you see and sprinkling the magic to remove the blockages from their flow so that they start skipping away with a kite in their hand. Well, as I've joked before, that's all, folks. It's great to be here. And it's always great to hold the sign up that points to this way to a perfect life, perfect health, and a magic future. Thanks for joining me. I am David.